What's going on, TubeView? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Today's little video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be more geared towards those of you out there who are looking for some type of forced induction that isn't a Whipple, Maggie, supercharger in general, and you want to go turbo. So I put together a list of turbo kits or turbo companies that you can go with. If you have a 5.7, 6.1, 6.4, 6.2, it doesn't matter. Everything on this list is going to cover all you guys and all sorts of price bracket ranges and everything like that. So no matter if you're on the higher end, if you want something that's fully put together, if you want something just like I got, if you want something that's totally custom, don't worry, this list covers it all. All right, so jumping right into it, we're gonna go with the system that I'm most familiar with. The system that I have on my personal 22 red-eye charger is gonna be the Hellcat turbo system. So right now I have the 5.7, 6.1, and 6.4 kit pulled up in front of me. They have kits for every other Mopar that you can think of: the Trackhawk, the Durango Hellcat, the TRX cars, the Demon 170, obviously your Charger, Challenger Hellcats and red eyes. They have them all for every make and model. And right now I have the 5.7, 6.1, and 6.4 kit pulled up in front of me. The kit is going to be slightly different depending on which model you pick. I haven't played around with the TRX and then the Ram and all that stuff like that, but I have played around with both the NA kit and the Hellcat kits, obviously because I ordered one. So for your turbo options, you're looking at pretty much the same thing that I have available for, or the Hellcat guys have. It's going to be your base 62s, your upgraded 62s, 64 66s, which is like the mid-range, 68 70s, and 71 75s. And then for your additional options, you can roll with a 4.5-inch race intercooler, boost gauge, e-boost controller, a wideband O2 kit, and a JMS booster pump. So all that stuff, the intercooler, obviously because Hellcats already come with intercoolers, we don't have that as an option. So you know, that's one less expense that you guys have to worry about, the Hellcat guys. Boost gauge, we have boost gauge, but not really a boost gauge. You know, it doesn't really account for turbos on the car, so you're gonna read mostly what stock pressure would read. Sometimes it goes over, but it's not the most accurate. So you could, Hellcat guys, you could pick up a boost gauge as well, but as long as you're logging and doing what you're supposed to do, you'll be all right, unless you just want cool gauges all throughout your car. The e-boost controller does come included with the Hellcat kit. Unfortunately, is an option for the NA guys, so you would have to choose that as an option, which I highly recommend, especially if you want to sit there, you know, change your stuff on the fly. If you want the system to work properly, you might want to get the e-boost controller. You could roll with some other controller, but this is the one that comes with the kit, so I would probably roll with that one. Wideband O2 kit, obviously Hellcats already come with wideband, so that's not a thing that we have to worry about. Booster pumps, obviously we have dual pumps in red eyes. Chargers, or the standard Hellcats, you can upgrade to dual pumps and triple pumps and stuff like that, so that's not something that we necessarily have to worry about. I would probably skip on that if I was a 5.7 or 6.4 guy, simply because if you're upgrading to a booster pump, you probably should just upgrade to either Hellcat dual pumps or some other upgraded fuel pump from another aftermarket company. The booster pump is sort of like a band-aid on the problem that you clearly have. Clearly you need more fuel, you're running your freaking stock pump at max capacity, so I would probably skip on that and just spend that money on an actual fuel pump upgrade. So yeah, those are your options right there. Switching over to the Hellcat guys, and your only option for Hellcat guys, unfortunately, is going to be the Demon Performance intake and obviously the turbo size. So you can't change the turbo size. You have the same exact turbo size as the NA guys: 6.2, 62Bs, 64s, 68s, 71s, same exact as the 6.4 or the NA guys. And then your only additional option slash upgrade is going to be Demon Performance intake. I personally didn't roll with that one. That's a lot of damn money for an intake manifold, $6,000 or almost $7 grand. And that pushes the kit price. So let's just keep it at the base 62s. Let's keep the base 62 turbos. I have the 64 66s, but for price sake, so that's still $15,000 if you keep the base turbos and then spring for the Demon Performance intake manifold. You take that off and your kit is looking about $8,000, $8,394 if you just do the turbos alone. That is more than enough for a lot of people out there, but me personally, I would spring for the upgrade to the 62Bs if you don't plan on going too much further than that in the future. And like I said, that is more than enough air. The only reason I say upgrade to the 62Bs, if you were thinking about just staying with the 62s, the base 62s, is simply because they're a slight upgrade. They sound better, they're gonna flow more, and they have a better cooling system than, you know, the base 62s. I believe the base 62s are grease cooled, like you have to, you know, put the grease on them. And the the 62Bs are the upgraded ones that are oil cooled with the oil lines and stuff like that, like the other options on the list. So the Hellion, the base 62s, like if you wanted to keep it as cheap as possible, yeah, they'll work, yeah, they'll get the job done. But if it were me, I would just spend just a slight extra money to get to the 62Bs, if it were me. I roll with the 64, 66s, like I said, but that's enough yapping about me and my car. But those are your options for the Hellion turbo system. Let's move on to the next one. It's going to be the Cornerstone Performance Solutions twin turbo kit for your Challenger, Charger, Hellcat, and Scat Pack twin turbo kit. Right off the bat, it starts at $13,000, so that's already well above what the Hellion price point is going to be, simply because you do get a little bit more stuff. You get fuel rails and you get an intake manifold included with this kit. So if you remember with the Hellion, if you added that intake manifold, the Demon Performance one, that was extra $7,000 cost, almost $7,000 cost, and that puts your kit to about $15,000. So if you add that Demon Performance intake onto the Hellion kit, that's about $2,000 more than what everything that comes with this Cornerstone Performance kit. So this one sits at about $13,000, like I said, a little over $13,000, and it has the, let's go to it so I can read it so I don't miss anything. Obviously, you have your intercooler, the intercooler that comes with it. You have the fuel rails, you know, piping, cold side, hot side, the exhaust, of course, the turbos. The Hellion kit, you have more turbo options. This one, you have a choice of 62 or 68. So 2 choices that you can do. Scavenging pump, oil drain lines, or feed lines, or braided stainless feed lines, waste gates, blow off valves, IAT sensors, everything like that, all your clamps and all that jazz. So you get a good amount, especially with the fuel rails. The Hellion kit does not come with fuel rails. I have aftermarket 4 Innovation fuel rails on mine. It's a lot of noise out there. And obviously the intake manifold right there, air to water intercooler. So that's a big bonus right there. The fact that it comes with the intercooler and it isn't $15,000, $16,000, $17,000, $18,000. I think for the 64, 66s, if I added the Demon Performance one, that pushed that kit to $21,000 for the exact kit that I have now. If I just added that Demon Performance kit, or the Demon Performance manifold. So you get a lot of bang for your buck with the Cornerstone Performance kit. The reason I didn't roll this kit is, one, it just came out when I started looking at it. Like it was literally brand new. They were still testing it on cars and stuff like that. And when I reached out to different shops and companies and things like that, they all recommended Hellion just because of the track record. That's the company they deal with the most. That's the company they, tune and install all the time. So me personally, I like to keep stuff as simple as possible, man. Like I want to be a little different. Obviously, this is why I went turbo this time. But at the same time, I don't want to be out here causing headaches for me, myself, or whoever's, working on the cars and jazz like that. Because, like, I'm sure it's a great system. If you have the system, please chime down below. But there is another option if you're out there looking for, something that's not a Hellion or one of the other options on this list. So, like I said, it comes with a lot of stuff that the Hellion kit doesn't come with. The intercooler and the fuel rails, that's a big bonus right there. However, I'm not sure how much those fuel rails can actually flow, so you might need more. It says a dash 10 AN, but it sounds like a pretty nice size fuel rail. So you should be all right there. But it does come with an intake manifold, and that's a huge bonus right there. And for $13,000, that's a lot of bang for your buck. Unfortunately, like I said, there is only 2 options for your turbo size, the 62 and the 68s, and you don't have all the other options like the 71s, 75s, and stuff like that of the Hellion kit. But that's okay. Like I said, you do get a lot of other stuff for your bang for your buck. And Cornerstone Performance Solutions turbo kit is another option out there for all you Scat Pack turbo or Scat Pack Hellcat guys. That's another option out there for you guys. Moving on to On3 Performance. Now, I'm not on their website because I don't remember. Every time I type in their website, it pulls up everything but their website. It pulls up Beefcake Racing, 797 Performance. So I'll roll with 79 Performance website. So I'm just going to read off what they have on theirs. And this kit, unfortunately, is not it's not listed. My bad. It's not listed for Scat Pack and Hellcat guys. So sit this one out, guys. You've had enough fun. This is going to be for your 06 to 2014 Mopar guys, 5.7, 6.1, and 6.4. Same thing, mid-mount turbo kits, not a top mount. You have your, I lied. We have 15 to 23, but it is still 5.7, 6.1, and 6.4. So, like I said, Hellcat guys, you still have to sit out for this one. So it is for the 6.4 for 15 to 23 up. So you have an option 06 to 14 and then 15 to 23. And then you have your turbo size options. You have the GT35 and GT30. Not sure what that means, but there you have it. and your intercooler option. You have 3-inch standard, 4-inch, or 5-inch intercooler upgrades, and you can just make your selection there. So this kit is by far the cheapest, sitting at about $4,000 before you start making upgrades and stuff. Let's play with some stuff and see what we can get. Let's make it a 15 to 23 Mopar. Let's change to the GT30s. Are those bigger? Are those smaller? I don't know. I assume the 35s would have been bigger, but whatever. And then we're going to upgrade to the 4-inch. Let's do the 4-inch intercooler. That sounds big enough. And your kit sits around $4,400 with those options I just selected. Let's go back to the 35. Let's see what happens. I didn't see a price change there. So yeah, with those options, that's another. Let's go ahead and read off what we get in this kit. And we have obviously the turbos of your choice. We roll with the 35s. You have the wastegates. You have the piping, downside or down pipes, down tubes, down pipes, dump tubes, the cool side tubing, couplers, V-bands, all that jazz, inlet V-band clamps, turbo lines and fittings, blow off valve. So this one doesn't have a controller, boost controller, anything like that. Doesn't come with fuel rails, doesn't come with a turbo manifold. So you do miss out on a lot of stuff, but you know, you get the base essentials, which is the turbos and the piping and everything like that. You need to put it onto the car, and for $4,400, I don't think you can complain. So if you are on a budget and you're one of the 5'7", 6'1", or 6'4" guys, this might be the kit for you. However, just be warned, like I said, it doesn't sound like it comes with a lot of stuff that those other 2 kits that we already talked about comes with. So you might have to do, you know, some piecing together on that front. Now, moving on to the last option, or last option that I'm going to speak about anyway. Obviously, you can go any route you want to. You can go completely custom. It's going to be Walker Induction Solutions. So I see him, his name pop up a lot of the times in some of these Mopar groups, especially the turbo Mopar groups. And right here, he doesn't really have any options on his page. You go to the web page and it just says custom turbo setups. That's it. Add to cart. And then there's a little blurb right up under that that says custom installs. Price depends on build. Contact us for your custom turbo setup pricing. So right there, that's letting you know that it's going to be completely custom. So that $4,000 is probably just to get in the door, probably start getting a little parts and stuff like that. But I assure you, $4,000 for a completely custom setup, especially the one that's pictured here, you're not getting that for $4,000. So you're probably looking closer to 15 to 20 if I was a guessing man, especially if he's doing it all. Yeah, that's just me guessing, but I assure you it's not going to be $4,000, especially for something like that. As crazy looking as that, coming out the hood looking like a freaking devil. Yeah, you're not getting that for $4,000. I assure you that. But that is the last option on my list. It is not going to be the cheapest. I'm assure you that. It does have the cheapest price on this webpage, but if you wanted something completely custom, then this sounds like the person you should reach out to. The other kits are all, you know, kind of pre-made, prefab together, already designed to come out. They're designed to just bolt onto the car for you to get out there and start having fun. Obviously, you know, get a tune and stuff like that, but they're designed to work as is, and there shouldn't be any, you know, fabrication or custom work involved in those other kits, except maybe the On3 performance kit. Like I said, it doesn't sound like it comes with everything, so you might have to do some piecing together with that kit. And the Walker Induction Solutions, that sounds like just a completely custom thing like that. You reach out to him, you bring more wallet, and you know he brings you more turbo. That's what it sounds like. So $4,000 is obviously, like I said, the cheapest on the webpage, but I assure you it's not going to be $4,000 when you show up and, you know, you start talking about what you really want out of your car. So those are the options: Hellion, Cornerstone Performance, On3 Performance, and Walker Induction Solutions. I hope this video was somehow helpful to any of you guys out there looking for a turbo install. I've been enjoying the hell out of mine, man. I hope you guys have enjoyed the clips and stuff like that I've been putting out. And if you haven't been seeing those, definitely go check them out. They're all on the channel. They're all on my Instagram. We've got the fuel issue figured out now, so we're riding and we're happy. We're making some noise. We're making some good power, and we're sounding damn good to do it. So that is all I have for you guys, man. Like I said, if your first time stopping by, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you guys get notification these videos go up. So it's in the Instagram channel at low3760, all one word. I'll put it down in the description. And like I said, if you have any, you know, more input on these turbo kits, please feel free to drop it down below. But until next time, TubeU, I'm out. Peace.